All right, click the link for Odyssey, Bit Chute, join the channel, or go to the Telegram or Sports Channel Coffee, the various other links. So people on Twitter seem to think Twitter is very, very important, and it does not have the social media footprint that people seem to think it does, but they're in this weird echo chamber. They're kind of inflated on their own importance. And I'm not saying if people go, oh, shut off social media, shut off Twitter, and, get out there. I'm not, I think it is important to spread a message and counter a narrative, but Twitter you're not able to counter the mainstream narrative because Twitter is the mainstream. It's completely a left-wing thing, so you're going to have a hard time countering that narrative. But, also with any social media, you got to look at the time that, these social media sites should have little clocks that come with them and go like, you've spent 3 hours and 40 minutes on social media, on Twitter today. You think maybe you should get the F off and just stop for the night. Go outside. Just move around. It's like Twitter eats up a lot more time than you think it does. Anyway. So Ricky Gervais is laying him out, and people on Twitter are like, oh, you meant we could slap Ricky Gervais this whole time? Someone should slap his fat little face. Just slap, 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 slap. Just shut the fuck up. Oh, God, these people are so hard to take. So Ricky Gervais 2.0 and Will Smith, my wife, everyone else, our wife, comrade, our wife. So the Soylent slap heard around the world, hashtag cuck rage. When cucks get mad, it's like, he's been holding that in for a long time. And I don't know, someone pointed out something I didn't know about G.I. Jane. That it was like 25 years ago already, right? Demi Moore. I didn't realize, someone claimed that she cheated on her husband with some younger actor. I forget the guy's name. I want to say Ashley Kutcher or something back in the day. So like the joke was multi-layered. I didn't get that at the time because I don't think most people remember G.I. Jane or who the hell Demi Moore is or even Ashley Kutcher, that kind of stuff. So I don't know how layered the joke was supposed to be. Chris Rock's a pretty bright guy, so... but I don't know if Will Smith... I don't know how many other people were supposed to get that, if that was really a part of it, or it's just... I'm not exactly sure, like, on what levels he was reacting. But, the best thing for, what is her name, Jada, to do would have been to smile and maybe, like, jokingly flip off Chris Rock or something. It's like, to let the moment just move on. Like, don't look mad. Just smile and give him like an eye roll kind of move, like something to take the tension out of it. And so, like, your husband doesn't have to kind of, like, you're not taking it seriously, so you don't want your husband to take it seriously. It's like, just let it move on and go to the next stage of the awards ceremony. Because if you get this pissed off look on your face, like, your husband's going to see that, Will Smith sees that, and all of a sudden, like, all this cuck rage inside of him has just been building up. So, really, it's on her. People are painting her as like, oh, she's a victim because she's losing her hair. It's like, millions of people lose their hair every day. It's just not a big deal. That's part of the human experience is, you're going to get older and you're going to lose your hair. That's just not, oh, it's alopecia. We put a name on it. It's like, you ain't losing your hair, thinning hair, balding. That's part of the human condition. You can put a name on it. It doesn't really change the fact that millions of people go through it. That's just part of getting older. So far on Twitter, what I've seen is SJWs are on team Will Smith, the cuck, and the Chad contingent is more on the side of Chris Rock and Ricky Gervais because he comes into the argument too. If I understand SJWs, they support the whole cuck thing, probably because they have no choice in that equation. That's the part of their lifestyle. I guess for them, it's better to share pussy than not have any at all, perhaps, which... Like, just start jogging. Just, God, get off social media. Stop playing video games. Just, oh, God. SJW kids, they spend a lot of time on Twitter, and then you look at their profile pictures, it's like, you're 300 pounds. You sign off of all social media, or get yourself kicked off so you're permanently signed off, and start learning about, this is a vegetable. You want to familiarize yourself with the rice and spinach. Anyway, so the SJWs on Twitter are mad at Ricky Gervais. Like, they would not let that go, which is already 2 years ago, because I think Amy Schumer did the one last year. Like, who is watching award ceremonies? you would have to pay me to watch. Even then, I'd be like, oh, you could watch it and review it. I don't want to. It's not worth it. It's like watching Batwoman. There's a guy who watches Batwoman and has a show, reviews it. It's like, oh, I don't think I could do that without a lot of pharmacological enhancement. So they're still mad at Ricky Gervais, who was calling Hollywood a bunch of filthy degenerates who Epstein kids, because that's kind of the basic SJW philosophy, that whole, triangle within triangle. And now that I think about it, the SJW weird anger at Gervais for attacking the power structure, because the SJW support the Hollywood globalist narrative. That's actually the bigger story. Why SJW support, Woody Allen, Roman Polanski, Weinstein, and the Epstein Island crew. But SJWs, they know Hollywood is their guys, so they have to support them, even if it comes with the Epstein, Weinstein stuff, which they just have to overlook, or maybe even they support it. They probably support the Epstein stuff more than the Weinstein stuff, but I'm not really even sure. For SJWs, Epstein Island is not such a deal breaker. Or they said Ricky joked about, I think they said he joked about BLT issues, but, he kind of covers all his bases. Each group doesn't want to get joked on. So what are you left with? You're left with blonde man bad. That's the punchline in every single joke. South Park made fun of them and Whoopi Goldberg in that bit like 20 years ago, where she just came out and it's just, Republicans are stupid, canned laughter. So the Oscars, this wasn't good drama, because Will Smith is generally, he's a weird guy and he's got a weird family. And I don't think this helps him at all. Like, he's supposed to he plays a certain role in a movie, and the more you learn about his personal life, it's like you just don't want anything to do with him. Because I know the Hollywood leftism is all like, oh, it's an open marriage and all this kind of stuff. Like, 99% of the people are like, yeah, we don't believe that. I mean, even the people who say, oh, we support love is love and open marriage and all this kind of stuff. It's like, yeah. So would you do it? No, because we know it's a lie. It's like, we're just being nice. A lot of these kind of things that come around, it's like, we're just being nice to, hey, if it works for you, buddy, good for you. It's like, nobody believes that having a whore wife or a whore husband, to be fair, it's like a marriage is a bond between two people. You have to form this family structure, and it doesn't work when you're just bending over for any one of your son's friends. That's fucking bizarre. Nobody buys that, dude. So I think Will Smith's time in Hollywood is probably pretty much over. Though he said he wants to do I Am Legend Part 2 or something. I don't think there's any interest in Will Smith anymore. I think this event is probably going to have some long-term consequences for him. Anyway, so the skeletons in that family have got to be off the hook. Oh, and another thing I want to say is that Ricky Gervais and Trump, those are two guys in and around Hollywood who have crystal clear histories. They have no skeletons in the closet. And the only reason I say that is because Trump, he was the most investigated person in history. And they looked and they looked and they couldn't find anything. They found accusations, but they didn't find anyone to actually file charges, because perjury is a felony. And Ricky Gervais, he laid out Hollywood. And the reason he was able to do that is because he has a crystal clean history. It means doesn't have anything with women, doesn't have anything with kids, doesn't have any improper action whatsoever. He's got jokes, but he's got a crystal history, because the people, the puppet masters, or the men behind the curtain for Hollywood, soon as he did that thing, the media, they combed through his history like with a fine. I mean, they spent probably quite a bit of money looking for something that they could write an article about, and they didn't find it because it didn't come up. It just, all they had was, he told some jokes. Anyway, the thing is, America kind of doesn't need this added weirdness and tension. Things are already kind of stressed in America right now. So the Twitter weirdos are screaming about ableism because she's got some hair loss. He said millions of people go bald every year. It's look at Clint Stoker, Ethan Van Sciver. I'm not sure who else is thinning. I mean, just, if you're that bald like Clint and Ethan, you just got to shave it off. It looks horrible. It looks much better when you shave it. It's just not a big deal. Everyone goes through that. If the Smith family can't take a joke about such a trivial occurrence, and that's kind of on them. And like I said, Jada should have just rolled her eyes and just allow the moment to move on to where they start handing out awards. it's an L for everyone involved. And so now, apparently, the family is nuts. His wife is a giant whore, and one of his kids is nuts. The kid who was in, like, Karate Kid Part 4 or something like that. And Will Smith is always crying for everything. He cried and apologized to everyone but Chris Smith, who, fair enough, or Chris Rock, who probably doesn't care. But going on stage to slap someone is really a childish... That's like... I don't think anyone looks at Will Smith and has any respect for him whatsoever. Rock's a comedian. He's telling very mild jokes. So first, this Hollywood doesn't like it when the light is pointed back on them. They get, as Ricky Gervais pointed out, which is, I think they went with Amy Schumer the next year. It was like, gee, what Amy Schumer doing comedy? Oh, God. Painful. And to her credit, maybe 15 years ago, more than 15 years ago, she did one stand-up special that was funny. Probably more like 17 years ago. I think it was called Mostly Sex Things or something like that. That was her one stand-up where she was funny. And then after that, it was just, whoa. Like, did somebody write those jokes for you? Because, like, you are not funny at all. You must have fired the original comedians who were writing for you. Anyway, the thing was, more importantly, this Soylent Slap, it puts violence on the table. Slap comedians if they hurt your feelings, or in general, to answer words with violence is not a very good path to take. So this is kind of an L for everyone involved. Will Smith already looks like a broken cuck. Just a total bitch. God, he looks pathetic. His wife looks like the filthy whore that she is. And Chris Rock, I think he's going to come out of this just fine. Because he dared to make fun of a black woman's hair, except he's a black guy. It's just not that big a deal. Losing your hair is just not that big a deal. And again, he's got the protection of being a purse puppy privilege himself. I'm sure she will cry herself to sleep in her literal mansion in the hills, just sleeping on stacks of $100 bills. She's losing her hair. Millions of people lose their hair. It's not a big deal. Is it different for a woman? I don't know, because nobody seems to be able to define woman anymore. And, if I was Chris Rock, I wouldn't be mad. A slap is just the price of doing business. Like, one slap, you deserve one slap. Most people deserve it to be slapped a few times. But if SJW women think that they're going to, go to their local comedy club, I can't imagine if SJW women go to a local comedy club. You all saw that picture of the blue-haired people going to the Dave Chappelle club, who were probably busily taking notes on how offended they were that they paid $200 to sit and be offended. That blows my mind. And I don't even know how comedy is going to survive post 2020 riots. So if you think you're going to do that, the bouncer is just going to give you a bath in pepper spray, and you're going to get arrested, and the comedian is going to press charges for battery, because you can't set a precedent of attacking comedians and getting away with it. So Will Smith is going to go through this a bit of a rough spot, and to draw an analogy, kind of so is America and the West in general. So the left on Twitter are they're cheering on Smith and wish they could have lined up to slap Ricky Gervais because he attacked the Epsteins and Weinsteins in Hollywood. And the SJWs take jokes about banging kids seriously, because I think they're kind of into that. It's like, tap the sign. It's not that complicated. They really just do want to bang kids. Love is love. Love has no age. Love has no number. 357 is a number, and it's like 1,200 feet per second. So, it cures that disease right quick after legal due process. It's not a threat if you acts, which is a whole nother issue, though. I mean, I won't say it. Which is a whole other issue, in case you didn't notice the decor on stage. These small triangles inside the big triangles. I guess that's part of a humiliation ritual that the Hollywood puppet masters are put you through, is they kind of put it in your face. Like, even normies were pointing out the triangle within triangle decor. It's kind of weird being on the left, because you're on the side of your wife being a giant whore, because to think otherwise is masculinity, which is the worst thing ever. And I can't say exactly what Will Smith should have done to his wife. It's not allowed. People are going, like, the anger is not directed at Rock. The anger should be at his wife. And, let me just take that back. It's not even anger. You shouldn't be angry when you find out your wife's a giant whore. It's like, okay, dude, you're a multimillionaire. Your wife's, when that happened, she's already 40. You're 40. You're wealthy and life is great. It's like, okay, she gave you some kids. Kids are a bit fucked up, though, to be honest. You pack up your immediate belongings, your toiletry, whatever you need, whatever medications you might take, whatever is, your eyeglasses, the important stuff, your go bag type of stuff. You probably have a servant there to help you with stuff, and you call them and say, okay, pack up, just pack up my closet and like have this stuff moved over to a new house. And you just move out. It's like, hey, we were together for 20 years. It was great while it lasted. We got some kids out of it. No muss, no fuss. We can handle this. It's like, it's not worth going to jail over. You're probably not. It's just not a big deal. You just, what you do, you move out, you got all the money in the world. You simply buy another house in LA if you want. You start jogging, you hit the gym. You just get back into life. And, if you want, like people say, get a revenge girlfriend, a younger girlfriend. I don't even, if you want to, if you, maybe by 40, 50, if you're into it, go to, but not for like revenge. Like just go take care of yourself. Just start jogging, go lift some weights, meditate, read. Like, you don't need to be around a wife that's, or, oh, we have an entangled open relationship. It's like, okay, well, you can have that relationship, and I'm going to go move down. I'm going to go move, I don't know, somewhere else, out of LA, out of California. You can have the house. It's multi-million-dollar mansion. It's all yours. No argument for me. It's like, he's got plenty of money. He would have gone on, make more movies, but by staying with her, by staying entangled in this weird relationship, people look at you like, oh, yeah, nobody respects a cock. Like, nobody, even people there's like 1% of people on the left who are like stunning and brave. You smell your wife's boyfriend's fingers after he got done banging you. It's like, as a BDSM, I don't know what you call that, cuck fantasy. That's a very limited window. Like, people would be, I don't know if they'd be more on board, like a threesome, like literally all of you guys banging each other. Like in some cocaine Viagra fueled weirdo night, like one night maybe, than like being an ongoing cuck. Nobody's into that. And most bedroom stuff, people just want to be like, why don't you keep that private? It's weird that you guys would go on talk shows and monetize this, or she's going on talk shows, because I guess she doesn't have the star power he does. It's like, you really want to keep that stuff private. Whatever you're doing in your bedrooms or in other people's bedrooms, keep it behind that closed door. You don't need to go out and talk about it unless you really need that attention. But it's like, you live in a $20 million, $40 million mansion somewhere in California. It's weird that you feel you need more attention than that. I would just like, hey, I'm going to take the Bentley out for a Sunday drive. Yeah, the $300,000 Bentley. Oh, I need to go on a talk show and get some dopamine hits. No, I'm just gonna go jog on the beach I own. Like, come on, this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. It's like, you've got all the money in the world. You can go anywhere you want on Earth. I'm gonna go on a safari in Africa. Let's go watch the elephants, or let's go watch turtle mating season in the islands or something. It's like, no, I need to go on talk shows. I need the validation of a bunch of nameless strangers on social media who I'll never meet and I don't care about and probably don't like me anyway. No, I'm just going to go jogging instead. I'm just going to I'm just going to photograph flowers and have a Instagram page dedicated to me photographing flowers. Because you get so much, it's like, most of us who don't even have money don't give two shits what other people think. I mean, we don't want to go out of our way to be defensive, but it's like, we're not desperate for dopamine. And it's weird that when you have all this money, you're still desperate for dopamine. It blows my fucking tits off when I hear this kind of stuff. Anyway, be more like Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson, hashtag, he is our guy. Does this mean there's no excuse now? It's open season and slapping Ricky Gervais. He's going to knock you into next week. Because, listen, here's the thing with Rock. He didn't expect it. He thought, I don't know what he thought he was going to do. Go up, shake his hand, go up and like whisper in his ear, or give him a kiss on the cheek, something to throw him off, like throw him way off his game. He didn't have it coming. Ricky Gervais knows that someone walking up to him is coming with hostile intentions, so he's gonna hit you so hard, or he's gonna just pull a little thing of pepper spray out and like, hey, you know what mace smells like? It smells like this. Ah! Yeah, you can't go slap comedians because they're gonna pepper spray you. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Don't be a cuck, and don't hurt your wife. Just leave. Just fucking leave, dude. Go jog on the beach. Go buy the beach. Go buy an island. Yeah, I bought some island somewhere. Or you could buy Epstein's Island and turn it into like something to kind of to release the evil spirits. I don't know, like a resort for, I don't say a resort for kids, but something for, I don't know, something to kind of like change the evil vibes of Epstein's Island. Turn it into like like a last wish resort for couples with cancer, something like that. Something to wash the evil out of it. Have a bunch of priests go bless I don't know. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. See you guys on the next episode.